Hi, my name is Tanuan, and this is my video blog submission for our required assignment in Speech Communication 329 Digital Presentations on Ignite Waterloo 8, which happened on Tuesday, February 28th. So the structure of the evening involved from 6:30 to 7:30 a mingling, networking, and completing a quiz on the leap year. From 7:30 to 8:15, there were speakers. And then in between those speakers, there were audience involvement questions with T-shirt prizes. From 8:10, 8:15 to 8:30, there was a mingling and networking session to take a break. And then at 8:35 to 9:15, there were more speakers with some audience involvement through T-shirt prizes. And then at 9:15 to 9:30, there were thanking volunteers, thanking many of the speakers and all those who attended, and acknowledgement of of the work that they've put in, and also determining who won the quiz for the leap year, and a few fun activities. And then at 9:30, it ended. So one of the points of Ignite is to meet new people, and I did meet some new people and learn some new things. For example, I spoke to a first group of Ignite volunteers, Donnie and Jocelyn. This is before the speakers went, and Ignite Waterloo 8 was their first event involvement of Ignite, and first time going and hearing about it. They heard about it through social media, and would definitely do the volunteer thing again. They love working with many of the coordinators, and also really I think that the night went well, and I think that the night did go well. The first person I spoke to was Hira Giuliani at WLU's student paper, The Chord Writer. And it was her first time, a newbie, at Ignite Waterloo, and she hasn't heard of what Ignite presentations are from before. She had her friend photographer with her, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a follow up response about her thoughts of the evening. But you can actually read that online on the Chord to get what she wrote about the Ignite Waterloo thing at the link below. Okay, so then there's a second group of people that I spoke to at Eric Kennedy, at ericbkennedy, Emily Miniger at Miniger, and Brennan Sheeman's girlfriend, which I don't have her Twitter. So Eric found out about Ignite in similar settings such as TEDx and the general community that he's involved in. He's been to a few other events such as the one in downtown Kitchener, museum, the one in the tannery, one involving paper airplanes or some sort of thing, and he's also now gone to the Ignite Waterloo 8. He enjoys the mixed bag of topics that you can see in meeting new people. His friend Emily heard about Ignite Waterloo through Eric, but also she heard about it through her general circles, and this was her first time attending Ignite Waterloo. Brennan's girlfriend, Brennan, who spoke about the biology of dreams, had his girlfriend come out, and she supported him through the process of preparing for the Ignite presentation, and she was there to root her boyfriend on and hope that he would do well that night, and I think he did. The second person I spoke to was Fred, and he was just an attendee that night, but he was a speaker of the previous Ignite event, IW7, and he also knew Brendan Sheenan, who spoke about the biology of dreams. And it was actually Brennan who suggested that Fred speak and participate in Ignite 7. So previously he spoke about how his duty as a peacekeeper and was more peace enforcing, and how he would hold a gun for the UN as he was peacekeeping as a Canadian, doing a mission in Turkey. Previously, he was a headhunter, and he was used to giving more presentations and communicating in a less structured, longer time frame. So the adjusting to the 20 slides every 15 seconds was kind of difficult. And he loves the experience of going to the Ignite presentations. He's retired now, and will speak at them once again when there's an opening and opportunity. So in terms of the presentations, there were quite a number of good ones, and it was hard to choose. But from the first group, I chose the Phenomenological and Musical Time presentation by Peter Hatch, and the presentation on Following Your Passion by Christine Reed. So the Musical Time one was good for me because he was very credible on his topic. He talked about how he was credible in the beginning, and he also performed his topic very well. Through the organization of his presentation structure, to the use of visuals and audio cues in order to create an interesting effect upon the audience. For Christine Reed's Following Your Passion presentation, she involved the audience right at the beginning by starting her narrative and making it relatable to me. She used an interesting style of poetry to get her message across, different from everyone else's. And her amazing visuals through her photography were not always related to her topic, but was very good. And you could see her strength in the photography, which related back to her topic of her passion or finding her passion, which then you could translate to finding your own passion. So these presentations aligned with some of the class principles that we've learned about, including, for example, the music time presentation led the audience and the hero through a journey of different time signatures, but also made our hearts race through the spark lines and brought our heartbeats down. And he also mentioned a lot of things that we already knew and made it relatable. His biggest component that he used was the star moments that he created. He used 15 minutes of silence to demonstrate the time frame of silence for 15 seconds, and that was very memorable for me, in addition to a few other cracks of humor, which helped move his presentation along. Also, the following your passion presentation, Christine made a comfortable environment by talking to the audience, taking the audience on a journey, and through her life. She created some common grounds and really did her research of the hero by talking about her corporate life, her food addictions, or not addictions, but her favorite foods, her life, her passions, and very relatable topics and languages. And she made them things that we could think about so that we could find our passion. Her presentation was very narrative driven. Reminded me a little bit of Dr. Seuss, but that was kind of cool. And she kept going regardless of losing her place. And in addition, we don't talk about this in class, but she used tropes and schemes, which are rhetorical devices to help with imagery for the audience to make her points clear. The presentations could have improved. I'll just talk about one or two things. So first thing that for the music time one is that to make it a truly adhering to our class, we should not have audio tracks, and we should probably also, he would probably benefit from getting to know the hero more and adjusting his presentation to make it more about the audience and further drawing the audience in. For the following your presentation, I would suggest to probably keep it strictly under 5 minutes, or 5 minutes exactly, and perhaps rehearsing it more often or bringing cue cards or a teleprompter to help ease that 5-minute issue. Also, Christine could work on guiding the hero through their passions more, just as she worked through her passions and her journey, and she could also create more star moments. So something really memorable. The whole presentation was memorable, I think, for me, but perhaps more specific planned out star moments would be appropriate. And in terms of the Twitter accounts, I was slightly engaged, but I really wanted to stick more into just listening to the presentations, so I didn't get to tweet as much as I wanted to. I did about like 6 times. So some of the tweets we saw were acknowledgement tweets, such as myself, where I tweeted who was there. So at IW8, hashtag at IW8 with Zynga, mitchellsmind, Emily Goffin, at ericbkennedy, at Ryan East. There are congratulatory tweets such as Robb Farago's at Karen SD, you rocked it, such a great job tonight, hashtag Ignite Waterloo, hashtag IW8. There were shout-out tweets such as Karen Hamon's, where it was bravo, hashtag Ignite Waterloo, bravo on yet another hashtag KW awesome event. Oh, and at modsuperstar, thanks for winning that hashtag Plaguebook for me, hashtag IW8. Karen SchulmanDupuis, at Karen SD, mentioned at Robb Farago. Wow, you make me blush. Thank you so much, Rob. Hashtag IW8, hashtag Ignite Waterloo, in reply to at Robb Farago. Some of the tweets were used to find people, such as Melissa's at Bourbon Baker, At Meyer Tanuan, oh, those delicious chocolates were courtesy of at Nom Nom Treats. Sorry I missed you there. I was looking, but it was a big crowd. Hashtag IW8. And then there was another one for promoting where to go, like the pub after party at Robb Farago. Thanks for Ignite Waterloo after party. Hashtag IW8 at McCabe's Irish Pub. So what was the mood like? Well, you can see a lot from the examples I already talked about, but it was lighthearted fun and networking. So Jennifer Drimmy at YSA1142 mentioned, "Oh, so happy I've won the prize, and I even had to hashtag leapfrog Brainy. Great night at hashtag Ignite Waterloo, hashtag IW8." And Brendan Sheenan at Brendan Sheenan, B Sheenan, Sheehan, mentioned, ha 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 ha, at Mish_K, colon, of course you can use a committee to explain something, lol, hashtag IW8. And Karen SchulmanDupuis at Karen SD mentioned at UV Web Design, at Ignite Waterloo, at Craig Photo, at Spike_Mobile, at Flourish Florals. Thanks, Craig. See you. Hashtag Ignite Waterloo, hashtag IW8. So there was a lot of networking, a lot of lighthearted fun, and it was generally a good, informative night. So I hope that you enjoy this video blog report of what I thought about the night, and have a good night.